Hey there, it's me, Kathy. I was at the store the other day and I picked up a bag of my favorite pretzels, and then when I got home and sat down to snack on them, turns out they were the wrong ones and I didn't like them. So they've been sitting in my cabinet for a while, and I had these chicken thighs in my freezer that I needed to use. So I put some stuff together, some, 2 plus 2 equals yummy. And I took the chicken thighs, and they were bone in, skin on, because they were cheaper that way. So I removed the bone, removed the skin. I doused them, I coated them with my favorite barbecue sauce. And then I crushed up the pretzels. I took the pretzels and crushed them up in my food processor, made pretzel crumbs out of them. And so I took the chicken thighs, dipped in barbecue sauce, and put them in the pretzels, coated them with the pretzel crumbs, and baked them in the oven. There's Kelly outside barking at something. And I put them in the oven and baked them, and they came out so crunchy, and so it was amazing. I've never crusted anything with pretzels before, so that was a lot of fun. And then here comes the best part. I had 1 can of beer in my refrigerator, and I'm not really a big beer drinker. So what goes with barbecue and pretzels? Yeah, beer cheese. So I made a beer cheese sauce to pour over them, and recipes on the website, videos here, and have fun. I'm gonna start with some chicken thighs. The only ones I had were bone in, skin on, so I removed the bone. You find the bone, slide the tip of a knife along the edge between the bone and the flesh, and just pull it away, and pull it away till it's free. And now we're going to remove the skin. Sort of the same process. You can peel some of the skin away just with your hands, and when you get to the point that it resists you, you do the same. You take the knife, slide it along the skin, separate it from the flesh, and it's off. Now we have a boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I bought the wrong pretzels at the store, and I didn't know what to do with them, so here we go. You take them, put them in the food processor, break them up into smaller pieces, and pulse them to a coarse texture. And we're going to take our pretzel crumbs and put them in a bowl. Next we have your favorite barbecue sauce. This one is mine. Carolina sweet. And you put some of that in a bowl too. And you want to coat the chicken with the barbecue sauce. And then coat it with the pretzel crumbs. You know, put it in the bowl, press them, pack them in all around, just to adhere them to that barbecue sauce. And that's what it looks like when you're done. And we're going to transfer that to a baking rack. I like to do on a rack so the bottom doesn't get soggy, it stays crispy. And now we're going to do the other one. Same process, barbecue sauce, pretzel crumbs, pressing to coat. There's Kelly, someone must be walking by. Then you place those on the baking sheet, the other one on the baking sheet. And you're going to spray them with some non-stick cooking spray. That gives them a nice crispiness. We're going to bake them at 375 for 30 minutes. And while the chicken makes, here's the star of the show, the beer cheese sauce. I'm going to take a saucepan and melt some butter. Over medium heat. And when the butter is foamy, or in this case bubbly, we're going to add some flour. And stir that into the butter to make a nice roux. And we're going to cook the starchiness out of this roux for about 5 more minutes. At which time we're going to add our beer. That's beer, Kelly. And the only beer I had was a Dirtbag Ales Blood Orange Kolsch, which is going to add a nice little sweetness and to this mixture, to the sauce. We're going to whisk the butter, flour, and beer together. And now we're going to add some half and half. About twice as much as the beer. And we're going to pour that in and whisk it in until it's creamy. Check it out. It's beautiful, creamy sauce. Now we're going to take some cheese. You can use cheddar or whatever your favorite is. I happen to have some Velveeta on hand, and it's the meltiest, so that's what I used. I diced it up and stir it into the sauce. Keep stirring it till it's all melted in and incorporated with that cream sauce, and now you have a cheese sauce. We're going to flavor it up with some Worcestershire sauce. And some hot sauce. Some garlic powder. And whisk in those flavors. And there it is, beer cheese sauce. And when the chicken reaches 165 degrees, mine went a little over, but close enough, it's done. And we're going to serve that crispy, crunchy, perfectly cooked chicken with our favorite sides. I chose a baked potato and some green beans. And then we're going to douse the whole thing with the beer cheese sauce, because that's the best part. Actually, the crunchiness of the chicken was absolutely amazing. The pretzel crust makes it so crunchy. And I just had to take a bite, and it was so good.